Hi guys, Hilma here again. If you are new, my name is Hilma, and if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming back. Please, if you haven't subscribed yet, do consider subscribing. Please click on that red button and subscribe. I want to talk about how I feel or my experience with the Indian education system. So this video, I think it might be helpful to people out there who would want to come study in India one day, or who are planning to come study in India. So if you have a cousin, you have an aunt, you have a sister, you have a brother, or whoever, your loved ones, whoever wants to come study in India, please share this video with them. I feel like it will prepare them, and it also help them to kind of have an idea of how things are done this side of the world. So education system is in India is hectic, and it's hectic in the sense that classes are from Monday to Fridays, right? And sometimes Saturdays. It doesn't matter what course, it's just like that. So, and classes are full time, and you need to be at class from 9:30 until 5:30 or 5 p.m. like the whole day. You go morning, you come back evening. That's just how it is. Like that's how the things are, like the timetable is set up. Attendance is compulsory. So you sign in morning time, you go to school, you sign, and then after lunch at 2 o'clock you sign also. So you need, like, that's just one thing how it is. It's not like back at home where like today or a Monday you have one class, and then on Friday maybe you don't have any class. Here those things don't work. It's like classes, you go to school every single day. So now the first thing I want to talk about is, I think, which most international students will agree with, is the language barrier. Language barrier in the sense that the Chetas and the Chichis, like the local people, they don't really understand English. So you need to learn the basic words like my name is, how much, can you please, just the basic stuffs, so that you can at least communicate. When you go to the supermarket, you are looking for something, you can't find it, you need to like know how to say it. Otherwise it's just going to be a disaster. You're all going to be looking at each other or speaking different language, you don't understand each other. So there's that. Although your classmates understand you, people outside, like the locals, majority of them, they don't speak English. That's just that. So you need to learn the language, the accent. English Indian accent is totally different. The first month I was confused. I'm in class, I'm just like, I was so confused, but all along I just realized like the person was speaking English, but I just like, I couldn't grasp grasp the first month, only the first month, and then I got used to like the accent. So there's also that you need to be patient with yourself also. But for me, I wanted to quit like first month. I was like, I cannot do this, I'm going back home. Because I don't understand anything. Like, you're just there sitting, the person is teaching you, and like, what is going on? But when I come, the whole time the person is speaking English, it's just like, it's totally different. So yeah, there's a friendship. I think we all need to be careful of who we choose to become our friends. Now you are a foreigner, right? You are in another country, so you need to label people before you can call them yourself. And by label, I mean you need to really scrutinize this person. Like, some people are just off, even by their appearance. When you look at them, you're just like, I can't be friends with this one. So you now, as a foreigner, try as much as possible to be friends with people who are at the same level as you. And by that I mean maybe students, like try to be friends with your fellow students. I'm not saying don't talk to other Africans, but there's also these things now. Wherever out of the continent, we're labeled as this. Sometimes people label us as these people who do drugs, they're involved in illegal activities. And that's also the case. Some people come to India to study, but then also now they fail sometimes, and then they start involving themselves in illegal activities. And just imagine if you are friends with this person, the locals already see you guys, because I mean we are not a lot, like the foreigners are not really a lot, they see you together. So if this one person is in trouble or they are caught doing something, you also be in trouble because you're always seen with this person. And you know, when they say whatever you say will be used to you against in the court, you have the right to remain silent, such things. And you know what happens when you get at the station. So that's why I'm saying you need to be careful of who you call your friends and of who you associate yourself with. I'm not saying don't speak to your fellow Africans. I mean, you need to speak, but don't be friends or don't spend too much time with people who you don't know what they do. Like, you know, this person doesn't go to school, you know, they don't work. So what are they doing? And they are you need to what? You need to be careful, because sometimes a person will get in trouble and then you also get in trouble. And then these people, even if you explain that you are not the one, sometimes they won't even listen to you. So you should choose your friends wisely. That's one thing I have learned. Choose your friends wisely, otherwise you'll go down. Another thing is, Indians ask so many questions. You'll be like, okay, I've gotten close to this classmate of mine. This one girl looks like they know a lot of things. And then the next thing the person is, Hilma, are you going to Africa for the long weekend? I'm just like, you think Africa is just going with a bus? Or, I have a friend in Kenya, do you know him? I'm like, bruh, and that's one thing, that question really pissed me off now, because even sometimes you explain to these people that Africa is a continent, not a country, some of them still don't get it. Like, they just don't get it. So now every time ask me such question, I'm just like, I also have a friend in Afghanistan, do you know them? They'll be like, no, Yuma, that's another country. I'm like, exactly, that's how Kenya and Namibia, they're also just different countries. They ask so many questions, and then you'll sometimes be like, oh, long hair, your hair grew. And then the next moment you're going to school with your natural hair. Did you cut your hair? I know. I'm just like, guys, can you please chill? If you explain to them that this is my natural hair, and then the next time you have braids, these are extensions, like they say, oh, your hair grew, it's so long. And I'm just like, guys, please, it's fine. It's another thing is culture. So now, I think every country has their own culture, right? But in India, I feel like their culture is also integrated so much in the education system. When we refer to our lecturers, we don't call them by Mr. Who or Prof. No. You just say the person's name and then you put sir at the end. For example, you say Baiju, sir, or if it's a woman, you say Harsha, miss, or Harsha, ma'am. You don't say Mr. or Madam. They're gonna look at you, oof. This child doesn't have manners. So that's also one thing I have picked up, like, and it's always when you refer to your faculties, you say their name and then you put say at the end. Or if it's a lady or a woman, you say her name and then you put miss or ma'am at the end. Yeah, always, because if you now start calling by their name, or you say madam who, they're gonna say, oh, this child doesn't have manners. You should read. This education system, although there are so many festivals, there are so many things you can enjoy, you also need to know why you are here, because this system for me it's different. Like back at home, it's books upon books upon books upon books. You always, you need like to be on top of your game. Also, you don't want to fail now, because when I came, like the first test we wrote, I'm seeing the things are being posted, man. No, the lady came, she's reading out our marks. I'm like, yo, no, we don't do this in Africa. She came, she's reading out your marks, and sometimes your marks will be like sent, like you have a WhatsApp group, like your class test. You have a WhatsApp group for your class, right? So they send all the marks, like on the group, all the marks, and there's nothing you can do about it. So that's why I'm saying you need to read. You need to read, ne? Because now you are the only foreigner now. Like for me, I'm the only foreigner in my class, and they already know my student number. So they're always trying to check how much did Ihuma get, how much did Ihuma get. So I'm saying it's books upon books. You need to know why you are here. You need to read. And also the exam, the way the exams are set are totally different. You know, back at home when they ask you a 5 question marks, you just give points. Here you need to write a whole page or a page and a half just to get 5 marks. That's how crazy it is. That's why I'm saying you need to read and read. When they say define what now, when they say what is a heart, or define what, for example, you need, or they'll ask you a question, you need to explain, define it, its function, what it does, the importance, the disadvantage, so that you get all your marks. Otherwise, and also you now writing the whole page writing the whole page doesn't also guarantee that you'll get your marks. You'll find yourself, you wrote the whole page and you have 1 out of 5. This thing humbled me. This education system humbled me. It humbled me so much, because sometimes you are like, now all this I wrote, you couldn't even give me 2 marks. It's crazy, man. We have so many holidays, and that's one thing I love so much here. There are so many public holidays. There's always a holidays for something. Sometimes, like during rainy season, also now you get flood holidays, because now some students are like living in parts where the area is flooded, so they can't get to school. So you're also off. You get holiday, because if some student can't get to school, then everyone else, they don't just go ahead and teach. So if an area is flooded, you get a holiday until the situation is back to normal, and then you can all come back to school and continue. But there's always holidays, and I feel like holidays also come in handy for most of us, because I mean, we are always at school, we are always busy, we are always tired. Like you come from school, you are tired, and then you have to revise and just sleep. The next day you wake up, it's the same cycle. So I feel like holidays really come in handy, and they really do the most for most of us. That's when you can holidays, then work and study in India. If that's your plan, don't come here, because you are strictly on a student visa. You are not allowed to do business, and you'll get in trouble. And they are strict. They are strict on that. The moment you are caught, you are in trouble. So if you want to come to India saying you are coming to work and study, it's not gonna work. Don't come here, because also now classes are full time. You don't have time to go to work and then still have time for your books. So no. If that's your plan, don't. The last thing I want to talk about is finance. Yeah, needs are endless, and I feel like for us ladies, we need more staffs compared to guys. So you need to manage your money in a way that it will take you throughout the month. And also you need to remember that you're in a foreign country, and you won't always be getting money. You cannot always just call home and then people will send money. No. So you need to know how to manage your finances. If it's one thing I have learned now, like now I feel like I'm a pro at managing my finances. Come for my classes. I have learned to manage my finances really well, because you cannot just spend money like that anymore, and you're always paying for stuffs. Yeah, there's always something. The bills are a lot. You are paying for, man. You are always paying for something. Even at school, you are paying for so many things. So you need to budget your money very well. And if you feel like this video was helpful, please share with whoever you think might need it. And if you want to change the world by helping someone today, please do that by subscribing to my channel. I will really appreciate it. We have come to the end of the video. I'll see you guys in my next video. Adios. Bye.